Hi everyone. So I recently turned 20, and since life is starting to sound a bit more serious at that age, I have set myself some goals. Now, one of these goals was to be more honest with myself. It's easy to spend your whole life living in delusion. It's a lot easier, it's a lot more manageable, but you tend to find out you don't grow as a person, and you spend your whole life trapped in lies. Now, for a very, very long time, there's been this one truth I've always refused to admit. I've always found excuses. I've always tried to justify my reasoning around it. And I've always lived in this delusion. But the truth is, I'm afraid of people. Now, when I say afraid, I don't mean seeing a human being feels like I'm being held at gunpoint. Rather, I should say, I've always been afraid of what people think of me. And it's been hard to admit, but it's honestly been one of my greatest shackles, my Achilles heel, you can call it. And every time I tell myself one of these truths, I always try to go down the rabbit hole of, well, why exactly do I feel this way? So, question, why am I afraid of what people think about me? Well, my answer would be, because I want people to like me. Question, why do I want people to like me? And the answer would be, because if people don't like me, they must dislike me or feel indifferent towards me. And question, what's with someone not liking you or feeling indifferent about you? Well, I would say something like, when growing up, I felt I was openly treated not so greatly by people who didn't like me, and people who were indifferent did nothing to help me. And so I feel when someone doesn't like me, I fear what I experienced in the past might happen again. And that's where I stopped. Maybe that's only as deep as I'm willing to admit at the moment, but at least it's got us somewhere. So I've spent my life constantly fighting to fit in, constantly wanting people to like me, constantly people pleasing. But here's the problem, when you try to please everyone, I realize you end up pleasing no one. And I know that from experience. You also start to lose yourself. You start to lose what makes you unique, what makes you special, what makes you you. And at some point, you become some sort of performer, living your life through the eyes of others. There's this interesting concept I found called the looking glass self. And there's a quote that sums it up well that says, "You're not who you think you are. You're not even who other people think you are. You're who you think other people think you are." And for a lot of my life, I think that quote has been me. So, with all this realization, with the penny dropping, what's my plan? Well, one way to face this fear is going at it head on. And so I started this little challenge for myself. It's quite simple, quite short. And if anyone feels like they face an issue like this, happy for you to try it out as well. And it's every day do one thing. One single thing that might get someone thinking you're a bit weird. Someone gives you a funny look. Someone laughs at you, makes fun of you, someone disagrees with you. But just one thing, whatever it is. Anything that reveals more of who you actually are without any performance. And then sit in it. Sit in that awkwardness, that embarrassment, sit in the cringe. And do that every single day. Slowly, you build your tolerance for rejection, your tolerance for the funny stares, the whispers, the backhanded comments. You start realizing how dramatic your mind can be over small things. Realize we all have our own lives, and yours is your own to live. You even realize everyone else is too busy focused on themselves to focus on you. and you realize how much more freeing life is this way. And I know now, if any of my past experiences happened again, my tolerance would be far stronger because I'm putting myself through these situations daily. And if anyone's listened this far, really appreciate to hear your experiences with worrying about what people think or how you face that challenge or any other regrets you've got. Thanks and stay blessed.